Good morning, children. Good day, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Good day to you. Today we are talking about circles. So, a circle is a set of all the points in a plane that are the same distance from a given point. Okay, so a circle, all points in a plane the same distance from a given point called the center of a circle. All right, all the distance in a plane that are the same distance away from a specific given point, that point is called the center of the circle. So what that means is if I have a point right here, this is my point. Every point that is this far away, every point that's far away, I mean, this is a bad example, but every point, let's say that distance is, that's maybe the worst circle I've ever drawn. Let's say that distance was 2 inches. Every point that's 2 inches away from that center point, and literally every point that exists on our plane, there's infinite of them, but every point that exists on that plane will be what makes up a circle. So a circle is made up of all the points that exist in time and space around that point. So that is a circle. I don't know why that's blue for some reason. That was weird. Now, when we see a circle, there's our circle. Yes. Oh, man. It's doing that thing where it doesn't want to connect well. Let's try again. There we go. We'll call that good. All right, there's our circle. Now, this circle is named by its center. If I have my center point here, and I call this A, we would call this circle A. Okay, so it's named by whatever the center of the circle is. This one happens to be A. But within a circle, there are other aspects that we need to know about. So we have things like this, which is a line from the outside of a circle right to the center. From the outside right to the center. This one is called the radius. Or radii. And that is a radius. Let me go, because we got some notes to go with this. A radius is a line segment where one endpoint is on the circle and the other is in the center. Okay, so one endpoint is on our circle here, and the other endpoint is our center. That's the radius. Let me maybe start typing these things out so we can see. All right, next we have the diameter. And the diameter is the next thing we'll say. Hold on. The diameter. Go with red so it matches. The diameter is a line segment that goes through the center of the circle and has end points on the circle. So diameter and radius, those are going to be probably the more important of the words we see. Those, when we talk about trying to find measurement of our shapes, diameter and radius are going to be those ones that we see more times than not. Diameter and radius. Now, there are also other lines that exist. There is a line that goes through our circle, but doesn't go through the middle. So this line here, this is called a chord. So a chord is a different line that exists, and it does actually exist. It's a real life line. And a chord is a line that has endpoints on the circle, but doesn't necessarily, make sure I necessarily, that can't be right. This is why I teach math, children. But doesn't need to go through the middle. Okay, so a chord has its endpoints on the circle, but it doesn't actually need to go through the middle. So it can just be any line that has its endpoints on the circle. And then another thing we have is called the arc, and not quite like Noah's Ark. This arc is a chunk of the circle between two endpoints. Okay, so we have an arc. This is part of the circle formed and named by its endpoints. Okay, so an arc is just a part of the circle that exists on the outside of a circle, and it is named by its endpoints. So that would be an arc. Those are the main parts inside of a circle. Okay, if I were you and we have not maybe paused to write all these down, I would write all of these down. If you're at home and you can color code them, that could work. It might help so you can more easily remember. I like to color code things. I think it works well. Now, let me draw another circle here. Let me see. Can I add a shape in? I feel like maybe I can add a shape in. This will be so much easier, man. All right, here is a circle. Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful circle. Here, we'll make it a blue circle. Don't know why, don't care. Here's our center point. And then I'm gonna add some lines in here. We'll go with some light blue lines. All right, let's add in some lines and some points. There we go. I like that. Let's add in these. We'll name these points. Here is point A, B, C, D, and E. A, B, C, D, and E. If I asked you to find me a diameter, if I wanted a diameter, what line segment makes up a diameter? Yeah, exactly. This would be line segment AD, or dA. Either one of those would make up the diameter. Right? It's just a line segment, and it's the one that is a diameter. Now, what if I said, what is a... what about the radius? Name me a radius. Well, you got lots of options here. You've got line segment AB, line segment CB, line segment DB, line segment EB, and you can do all of those backwards as well if you wanted. There are 8 different options for my 4 radiuses here. And now if I said if I wanted a chord, we would have line segment EC or CE. We also have line segment AD or DA. Because a chord is just any line with its endpoints on the circle, diameters are chords as well. So they are automatically chords. So if you see a diameter, it can also be a chord. All right, let's try another, and I'm going to have you answer some of these this time. All right. So let's say here's my center point. There we go. We'll do one of these, and then let's name these points. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T. All right, now, if I want a diameter. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to give you some questions. You can answer them. When we're all done, we will be done with properties of circles. So go ahead, answer these next questions, and let me know if you have any questions tomorrow. I will see you later. Bye.